Hello there, this is Misha, hopefully one of your favorite turtles, but I'm not going to be arrogant enough to say the favorite turtle this time. I've been doing a lot of reviews so far of my various gaming setups, and I've been playing a lot on Nintendo Switch, but I've also been playing a lot in handheld. So I have the emulators. I think you might have seen some of the clips I've been posting. One of those is here, Burnout. And Burnout is a really favorite game of mine. You might not be as familiar with Burnout if you're a little bit younger, and this makes me feel old. But I am starting to get old, I guess. Burnout was kind of like Need for Speed, but before Need for Speed actually became kind of the focus of EA. So EA bought, I think it was Criterion Games, who made the Burnout franchise. And the Burnout games were really, in my opinion, well-renowned for kind of like various modes. They have a crash mode that's a lot of fun, and the takedown mode. It really set up a lot of the things that you've seen and probably enjoyed in later racing games. But I think these games hold up really well. And I've been running emulators, upscaling them 8x to 4K kind of PSP resolution on the screen. And this video is shot in a lower resolution, so I don't think you're going to see that quality. But what I wanted to focus on for today's video actually was kind of like, you don't have to just have, your standard kind of handheld setup, which I see a lot of people have. Is just like, oh, I'll use the touch controls. It's like, really? You want to use the touch controls for sport video games, for racing video games? And I should have some other things before. Like I've had actually a video on, I have it right here actually, on the Razer Kishi V2 grip. This works actually with this phone as well. So I often game with this grip too. But I have an OtterBox case actually on this phone, so I usually use my other one for that. But I have that grip, which I think is I think it works very well. And then I have another grip actually. I don't have this near me right now, but it's kind of like a bigger version that I can use for an iPad. Actually, I do have that near me right now. I'll just show that off quickly here. See, now this is a lot bigger grip, right? And I think this is actually a perfect kind of way to showcase one of my points here, which is like sometimes bigger is better. There was actually a post on rockets the other day where it was like a big SpaceX rocket or whatever, and I think Yuan said, yeah, bigger is better. So yeah, sometimes bigger is better. But I will say, sometimes if you know what to do with a little controller and how to work it right, you can have just as much fun as with the big controllers, I guess. So I'll leave it up to the women to say whether or not I'm right on that. But what I will say is I actually think this video is really helpful for women and for kids too, because I tend to have bigger hands. But this controller here that you see, this is the Hyperkin X-Pad. And I like this design actually. It's I got it on sale, so mainly I didn't get this design like in mind. Like I'm like, oh, I think this is the best design ever, and then get it. It's supposed to be a retro game style pixel pad type image. So this is intentional. This design is supposed to kind of remind you of a retro feel, and I kind of like it actually because it actually sort of reminds me of an SNES controller. So I have one of those over there, but I'm not gonna go like put down my phone and pick it up. But it reminds me a little bit of that. It has the these are actually Hall effect joysticks, believe it or not. So I got this on sale for about $25. And what I like about it is it connects easy on Bluetooth. It also kind of has a, let's see if I can show this here. It has a Bluetooth and I think Switch wireless mode. It works with my Switch as well. That's what I want to say. Anyway, I have this connected right now to the phone. So if I had to press start. There we go. So I'm gonna go ahead, load my profile. And unlike LARPers, guys, like sometimes I show just the start screen on my games, and I'm like, oh yeah, here's the start screen, because like sometimes it honestly looks really good for like the social media photos or whatever. But honestly, I play my games. I do try to play the games. I'm slow though. I'm a slow turtle. So I've been playing Burnout Paradise actually on my other emulator device, and then here I have Burnout Legends, which is essentially a compilation of the first 3 games here. So go ahead, load the game, and we're in. And again, this is the iPhone 14 Pro Max, so a little bit of a bigger screen versus the standard Pro, but older iPhone. It runs at really high resolution, at least for the game here. And look at this. This controller, more or less, is about the size of the screen area of my iPhone. In terms of thickness, it's a little bit thicker than the iPhone. Granted, I have the OtterBox case on here, so I'm not sure if that still applies, but, like I tend to find it works really well. And again, I've had no issues with the joysticks. I've been using this a lot more on the go recently. So sometimes I'll grab my grip or whatever, but what's nice about this is I can easily fit this in one of my coat pockets. Another controller that I'm checking out, so I'm checking out the 8BitDo, or however they pronounce it. It's like a keychain type thing. It doesn't have these two kind of Joy-Con, the joysticks here, which is, unfortunate. But that one's like $10 or $15 or so. And I'm getting that one just as a keychain type thing. And there's another controller that I'm going to compare the Hyperkin against, which is essentially the 8BitDo light version. So I'll have videos on all that coming, guys. If I ever get sponsored or a company sends me something for free or whatever, I will disclose that. I will mention it. I hope people trust me on that at this point. But if I'm showing a product or something and I'm speaking positively on it or not positively, but if I am speaking particularly glowingly on something, and I think I've been pretty positive on this little controller here. It's not an ad. Hyperkin, if you want to send me free shit, so I can not spend my money. My DMs I think are open, so feel free to ask. But most of the time when you see stuff here on the feed, particularly if I'm not saying it's a paid disclosure, it's not. So these are my own thoughts here, the own Turtle thoughts here, and again, keep gaming. And why don't we try and do at least like one event here? It's gonna be very messy because I got a tripod thing that I can use, but like honestly, I don't like setting up a tripod just to do like a little gaming review type thing. So let's see. Go ahead, press crash mode. And then see if I can just press this just like one-handed, just as a good just final mode here. And the only bad thing about this controller is if you are doing PSP emulation, you have the standard button thing of like X is here instead of here. So you're gonna get that with anything. I have old DualShock 4 controllers, so I really want to hook them up on Bluetooth here. I could, and I do that from time to time. But what, again, is nice about this is this thing is tiny. It's very portable, and I like that a lot. Waiting for this to load here. Again, I'll give a quick review of a quick overview of the back device here. You can see, kind of takes 3 seconds to pair. You can resync. Again, they call this the Pixel Art controller. I think they sell it for about 40 or 50 bucks full price, but you can usually get it, I would say, on Woot or other like VIP outlet or sites like that, probably for, a fraction. That's where I got it. I will say with Hall Effect sticks, and some people are going to disagree with me on this, but I feel a lot more comfortable, for example, getting Hall Effect stick refurbished units or slightly used units. So if I'm very confident something was just an open box item, like someone opened it, said this is not the controller for me, shipped it back, and it still works, and they test it. I've gotten those controllers from time to time. Actually, when they switch to Pro controllers I have now, I got a really good price on a refurbished one, essentially. It was like a few months after the launch. It's like, it works just fine. Now, that doesn't even have Hall Effect joysticks. So you're not familiar with Hall Effect joysticks. Essentially, they're much less likely to suffer joystick drift over time. Anyway, though, that's a huge tangent, so why don't we just dig in here. 3, 2, 1. I'm racing one hand. This is gonna be so bad. So bad. So bad. Oh my god, this is so bad. I did such a bad job with that because I couldn't like accelerate and I got like one car. I'm amazed at. Okay, now they're starting to here's the fun thing about crash mode. Sometimes you get it just at the last moment, and then you look at it and you're like, I barely drove into this intersection and I caused like $1 million in damage, whatnot. And the way this game works is you get like cash here, and if you do well enough, you will get a bonus that gives you a medal. And let's see, do I get any medals here? I'm not sure. I don't think I get any medals. So sad. But anyway, this is a good kind of overview, at least, of kind of games. So I crashed 13 vehicles. Continue. I need to clean my iPhone screen, by the way. And again, that new car in about $600,000. So that's gonna be exciting when I finally get there. Anyway, though, guys, I hope this helped. This is my generally kind of like in action turtle talk and walk, or not even walking. Turtle talk, video game kind of review, walkthrough. I like to show things if I can sometimes, like in the action of gameplay, rather than just do a quick little short video. So I hope you will like this. It's a little bit of a longer video. It's about 10 minutes long here. I don't know if X likes these videos, but I'll be trying to upload this on X, YouTube, anywhere else. Anyway, Guys, if you have anything you want me to review or check out, please let me know. But my name is Misha, and we are out.